Dear students, in last classes I discussed graphs of function. In one class I discussed graphs of basic functions. In other class I discussed step functions and their graphs. In today's class I am discussing graphs of trigonometric functions. Okay. What are basic trigonometric functions? Sin x, cos x, tan x, cosecant x, secant x. So to draw the graph of a function, we should find functional values for different values of x. So here first they define how they define trigonometric functions. Biggest side is hypotenuse, opposite to angle AB is the opposite side y, adjacent to this theta, angle theta adjacent side is BC denoted with x. So sin theta is opposite by hypotenuse, cos theta adjacent by hypotenuse. So tan theta opposite by adjacent, cosecant theta hypotenuse by opposite, secant theta hypotenuse by adjacent, cot theta adjacent by opposite. So cosecant is reciprocal of sine, secant is reciprocal of cos, cot is reciprocal of tan. So based on this definitions, we can find functional values in a trigonometric, sine, cos, tan, cosecant for an angles lies between 0 and 90. So these definitions are not valid for an angle which is more than 180 degrees or more than 90 degrees. Y means, so right angle triangle, this angle is already 90. If another angle is 90, sum of these two angles 180, so you will not get a triangle. Definitions are not valid. Suppose theta happens to be 180, more than 180, one of the angle is more than 180, triangle definitions becomes wrong. So these definitions are valid only for right angle triangle. Particularly when theta is lies between 0 and 90, these definitions are valid. So to find out functional values at higher angles, we should extend the definition which is suitable for all angles. So what they did is, they took a unit circle, this is coordinate axis, it is a unit circle, means whose radius, this center, this is 1, radius is 1. How they define sine of an angle this is the point P, the line OP makes an angle X. Here Y, this is anyhow 1. So in first quadrant, no problem. Sin X opposite by hypotenuse. But for all angles, how they define sine function is sin X is equal to simply ordinate. That means if it is sine 90 degrees, so this point comes to here, y value is 1. If it is somewhere here, P, angle may be 30 degrees, this will be the y value. If point happens to be here, this will be the y value. P happens to be here, then angle made is 0 degrees. Here y value is 0. To find out sine 180 degrees, what is the y value at this point? Suppose point is here, maybe 135 degrees. This is the y value. 160 degrees, this is the y value. For 180 degrees, 0. If it is sine 270 degrees, this is 0, 0 here 90, 180, 270. So point is here, this angle is 270, corresponding ordinate minus 1. If it is 360 degrees, suppose 270 plus 30, 300 total, let us say this angle. This will be the sine of 300, this distance. If it is 330, this, this distance is the sine 330 value. So sine 360 means P will be here, y, there is no y value, that is 0 degrees. This is how very easily they found out, they defined value of trigonometric function, particularly sine and cos, at higher angles. This is suitable for all angles, whether angle lies between 0 and 90, or for negative angles, or for positive angles, or for higher angles. Unit circle is the only reference circle for us. Now, what is the advantage? Easily, so if you consider a unit circle, to draw the graph of a function, we need y values, means sin x values corresponding to x values, x is 0, 0, 90, for 90, this distance, this is unit circle 1. For 180 degrees, here y value 0. For 270 degrees, this y coordinate is minus 1. For 360 degrees, y is 0. After 360, anyhow, same process will be continued. The graph will be similar after 360. This is the graph of sin x function. Right? So now, So here 91 for 180 0, 270 minus 1 for 360 0. So by considering few x values, we will find corresponding y values and we will draw the graph. Okay. How sine function is defined means it is just ordinate at that particular point for all angles in the unit circle. How cos function is defined? Suppose if you take P here, this is center O. This OP line makes an angle X. Draw a perpendicular. Cos X will be, for this point abscissa is this. Cos X is defined as just abscissa, X coordinate of the point P. So with the help of this definition, we can find value of cos function for different angles. So we need 5 to 6 values to draw the graph of cos function. X, Y equal to cos X graph 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. So this is unit circle. For 0 degrees, here is the point. This distance we have to consider. At this point, this is totally 90. At this point, suppose 80 degrees, this is X. If the point is here, so you have only Y, there is no X, cos 90 is 0. Right? If point P happens to be here, say 135 degrees, drop a perpendicular through P to X axis, this will be the cos 135, X, this X coordinate of P. If it is 180 degrees, point will be here, so X coordinate is minus 1. Right? If it is 270, there is no X, only Y. If it is 360, only you have X, that is 1. Now through unit circle, we are able to find cos function values at different angles. So once we know the angles, we can sketch the graph by considering those angles on coordinate plane, drawing X and Y axis. 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. Cos 0, 1, cos 90, 0, cos 180 minus 1, cos 270, 0, cos 360, 1. How do you know that it takes curve shape? Just by considering, we can even join like this. But to know exact graph, more number of values must be considered. So then we can plot the graph exactly. So this is how we can draw cos X graph. Even after 360, same process repeats. Graph will be like this. This is the graph of cos X. Right. So now we know the basic trigonometric sin X cos X graphs. Just now I found out the values with the help of reference circle and I drawn the graph of sin X. 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, it goes on. 4 pi like that. Even for negative side also same. Graph of cos X, cos 0, 1, 90, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, pi by 2 difference, right? Even this side also the same. How to draw tan X graph? Again considering some values. Tan, how it is defined? Sin by cos. tan 0, to calculate tan 0, I'll write 0 by 1, 0. For 90, tan 90, sin 90 by cos 90. So it's like 1 by 0, we will write it as approaches to infinity. So to draw graph of this particular tan x, what I am doing here is, since infinity value we don't know exactly, we know basic trigonometric function values for different angles. Tan 45, 1. Tan 60 degrees, root 3, 1 point. Tan 90, infinity. I cannot exactly know the value of, I don't know the value of infinity. We will take in the larger sense, as if you go on joining all these points, infinity representation, this is a vertical line, this curve never touches that line. So as x approaches 90, tan x approaches larger value, infinity, we draw like that. In the negative side of x-axis, for 0, 0, minus 45, it will be minus 1, minus 60, minus root 3, graph comes like this. This is minus root 3, let us say. Tan minus 90, it will be minus infinity. So this is how tan x graph look like. So this is for 180 degrees, 90 plus 90. If you take another 180 degrees difference, that is 270, you know that tan 180 0, graph again it looks like this. At 180 it crosses x-axis. This is how you have to draw graph of tan x. Now let us draw remaining functions, cosecant x, secant x and cot x graphs. Here, once you know sine function values, cosecant is reciprocal of sine x, you know sine 0 is 0, cosecant 0, that is 1 by 0, we are representing that approaches to infinity. Cosecant 90, 1. So let us take, this is x, y equal to cosecant x, x 0, infinity, for 91, for 180 again, infinity. Whenever infinity comes, we draw a straight line. So 91, x approaches 0, it approaches infinity. It's a curve like this. And in 270, it is again minus 1, sine 270, you know it. Here again 180 minus, it is second quadrant, cosecant x positive. 180 plus third quadrant, it is negative. So it starts from minus infinity. It is 180, 360. It is 270 degrees. Right? Graph will be like this. If you consider it as x as this, cosecant x degrees as a function, then 270 minus 1, 360, what we can write here is minus infinity. Because in fourth quadrant, cosecant is negative. Right? This is the graph of cosecant x. So let us draw the graph of remaining two functions. Secant x graph, as usual, y here is secant x, x, y, secant 0 is 1, cos 90, you know it as 0, secant 90, 1 by 0 approaches to infinity. So here secant 90, it approaches to infinity. Secant of minus x is secant x. Secant minus 90, again secant 90, again it approaches to infinity. This is the graph for minus 90, secant x degrees. So now next one, for 90, again I am taking 180, 360. Because at 360 again it is, what is secant 180 value? Secant 180, cos 180 you know minus 1, secant 180 also minus 1. Secant 90 plus, in second quadrant secant is negative, that is 90 plus it approaches to, it is 90 plus it approaches to infinity, 90 minus, 90 plus it approaches to minus infinity. Similarly 270 minus, it is in third, again it approaches to minus infinity. 180 it is minus 1, 270 minus it approaches to minus, because 270 minus is third quadrant. 270 plus, again fourth, that secant is positive. 360, again it is 1, again it goes like this. This is the graph of secant x. So if you observe carefully, sin x cos x graphs similarly, sin x cos x graphs are similar, cosecant x secant x graphs are similar. In the similar way, tan and cot graphs are also almost similar. So once you remember 3 graphs, you can easily remember other 3 graphs. So let us draw finally graph of cot x. Tan 0, 0, cot 0, infinity, cot 90, 0. So cot 0, infinity, cot 90, 0. At 180, tan 180, 0, cot 180, obviously infinity, but which infinity? Before 180 means second quadrant, only sign positive, cot is negative, it approaches to minus infinity. 270, right? Cot 270 is 0. 180 plus third quadrant, cot is positive, graph like this. Again for 360, that is 270 to 360 is fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, cot is negative, cot 360 again it's minus infinity. So this is how we draw graph of cot x. Right? So in brief, I'll draw all the graphs once again. So what are the graphs we learned? One is sine, graph will be like this, because these graphs frequently we have to draw. After learning, you must be in a position to sketch immediately. Cos x graph, cos 0, 1, cos 90, 0, cos 180, minus 1 like this. And so this is cos x graph. So tan x graph, tan 0 0, tan 90 infinity, tan minus 90 minus infinity. This is the, it will not intersect. Some gap will be there. Cot x graph, cot 0 not defined, cot 90 0, cot 180 minus infinity. This is cot x graph. Cosecant x graph, cosecant 0 not defined, cosecant 90 1, 180 minus second quadrant plus infinity, 360 degrees. In third and fourth cosecant is negative, 180 plus it approach third quadrant where tan cot are positive, cosecant x is negative, 360 minus also fourth quadrant, its approaches to infinity. So secant x graph also similar, secant 0 1, secant 90 infinity, after that 180 minus 90 plus it approaches to infinity, 90 plus minus infinity, second quadrant, sign positive, secant is negative. So this will be the graph, right? Here minus 90. This is how we have to draw trigonometric graphs. So while doing problems related to function, we have to draw all the basic graph, trigonometric graph, step functions immediately. Once you know how to draw, within no time we should be in a position to sketch the graph. So you must be familiar with all these graphs. Okay, let us stop this class.